Okay, so the first card you have you passed, the Five of Pentacles. Yes, nobody likes this card. The feeling I'm getting around this is some kind of misguided anger, misguided hurt, something like that. I think this is about someone who's upset at other people. I think they're upset at you, actually, or with you. I'm hearing the word upstart. So maybe this is about work or a business situation, and someone feels as if they're not doing as well as they should be, business-wise or money-wise. And yeah, they see you as some kind of upstart, I think, who's kind of coming along, and they're kind of trying to, and you're trying to take over or take what they have, something like that. Now, you're not trying to do that. I don't think that. I'm not seeing that at all. You're just going along, you're minding your own business. Things are working well for you, which is fantastic. And you're probably not even thinking about them at all. But they're thinking about you, and I think they are very upset. I think they're frustrated. I really feel for them, actually, in a way, because their emotions are really taking over everything. Their feelings are taking over their ability to really think logically, because if they thought about this logically, they'd see that you're just doing your work. Maybe you're younger than them, maybe they started before you, but you're getting where you are because of your work. If you look at these two people on this card, this is showing different choices. They're both walking in the snow, and but if you look at the woman, she's looking down, she's feeling down, and she can't see a way out of where she is. But the boy, even though he's injured, he's looking up, he's thinking about how to get up, how to rise up out of this situation. So even though I do really feel for them, actually, but the thing is, while they're concentrating on you and they're seeing you as this upstart, they're not concentrating on how they can make things better for themselves. They're not like the boy in this card, they're like the woman. So their focus should be on how they can get themselves into a better situation, but it's not, it's on you. And yeah, I think you might have been on the receiving end of this person's anger, or they're upset or whatever. They might have said a few things to you. Keep on doing whatever you're doing. You're not doing anything wrong, and they might have said that, but you're not, if that's what they've said. This is a problem for them. This is something that they're going to have to sort out for themselves. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I hope that makes sense to you. The next card you have you passed is the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, again, look at this. So we've got two pentacles, we've got two money cards, two work cards. So this is around work, this is around money, and then we've got an unfair situation here, and that's how they feel. They feel as if it's not fair. They think they're a victim of this kind of unfair situation. So if this is happening in the workplace, they might have some kind of misguided idea that you're being favoured, or you're being put forward for things that they're not, just because someone likes you or whatever silly reason. And yeah, I know that's not true. You know that's not true. You're where you are because of merit. You've done the work, and you still have a way to go, but you're there because you know what you're doing and you've worked hard. That's what I'm seeing. I actually don't think there's anything you could probably or possibly say to this person to make them change, especially when they're still in this kind of cloud of emotions. They're not seeing things clearly. They've got this big emotional cloud in front of their eyes and they can't see properly. Obviously, if someone's harassing you in the workplace, yeah, definitely do something about it. Say something about this. I'm not actually seeing anything that bad here right now. It might be worse than what I'm seeing. I don't know. If it is, do something. Or it might escalate later. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing it as that bad now. It might get worse later. I'm sorry to say this to you. This is just what I'm seeing. The other thing is, they're not around you all the time, I don't think. They might be around you sometimes, out sometimes, and then they come back again, and that's when the atmosphere changes, of course. So yeah, if it really is too much for you, it is quite a bad atmosphere, actually. Definitely do something about it. Report it, do something, say something, if it is that bad. I can't see that it's that bad, but I don't know. It might be. It might just be what I'm seeing. Okay, so I'm also seeing a love connection here. I'm seeing a lot of positivity around this, actually. I'm seeing admiration. There's mutual admiration here. I think you both admire each other for different qualities. You're both quite different. I'm picking up on a lot of difference here, but it's not a problem. You complement each other, I think. You might be going through a phase where you're sensing a little bit of holding back from them. Maybe they're not communicating as much as they used to be. Maybe they're not around you as much. They are busy, I think, and I think you are as well. But I think deep down they might have this feeling that they can't quite keep up with you. There's this imbalance that I'm seeing in this card, and that's what's making me see this. Maybe they don't feel as if they're on the same level as you, because if you look at this man who's handing the money out, he's obviously on a different level financially than these other poor people on this card. So they might feel like that. To me, there aren't any levels, but not everyone sees the world like that. But yeah, I'm just picking up on this feeling of, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. So I think they just need some reassurance from you. And because you've been feeling them pulling away, you might have been mirroring them maybe, which is natural. But I think they probably need the opposite at this time. I think they need more attention and care at this time. They definitely need a bit more confidence. And they're not getting that. And that's because of them. They're pulling away and you're doing the same. But they need the opposite. They need reassurance. That's just what I'm seeing in that card. You're very, very powerful at this time. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of people around you are feeling your power right now. You're very powerful in your work, in your relationships, in everything really. Very, very strong, very powerful. If you've got anything that you want to put into place right now, any big things you want to do that now. Any ideas, put them down now, put them into practice now. You're very, very powerful. That's what I'm feeling. And when you show your power, when people see your power, quite often that's when people start to show their true selves to you. So for this co-worker, they've shown you who they are when they've seen your power. And with this love connection, they're doing the same. So it's just interesting to see that's happening. That's when people show their true selves to you. So yeah, I'm just seeing that. That's just interesting. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, again, this is about love, emotions, obviously. And again, this is how they feel. This is what I'm seeing. They want to come close to you. They feel as if that's what they want, but they're worried. They're kind of holding back. If you look at this knight, this horse that he's on, it's heavily decorated, beautifully decorated. There's so much decoration all over it. And it might be that they don't feel good enough. They might feel as if they have to add something to themselves, be better than what they are, decorate themselves in something to make themselves feel good enough for you, if that makes sense. I don't think that's how you feel. I think they'd like to communicate, but they're not doing that because, this knight has his window of his helmet open, so he wants to communicate. But, he's riding really carefully, so they're very cautious. They're battling with a lot of insecurities, I think, a lot of confidence issues. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing now. All right, so the first card you have here present is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, power. You're in your power. I really hope this resonates again because I'm really feeling this power. It's very, very strong. This is the time you can come out and do a lot. You can get things done. Things are going to happen quickly for you, all of that. It's also the clarity card. It's about pure clarity. It's like, you know who you are, you know where you're going. And, I think it's taken you a long time to come to this point. It's fantastic to see, though. I think for a long time you didn't actually know who you were. I think you probably had a lot of people in your past who tried to tell you who you were, and you probably distanced yourself from a lot of those people, but not all of them, but I think you definitely distanced yourself mentally from some of these people. Okay, so speaking of family, I think these were family members who tried to tell you what to do and whatever with the people you grew up with. So I'm seeing another family connection here with this. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but yeah, I'm just seeing something kind of... Okay, so what I'm seeing is it's a surprise. Something's coming to light, something's coming to clarity. I'm just going to say this whether it makes sense or not. I'm seeing a couple, and this isn't you, this is a couple that you know, and they've always seemed very stable, very solid. One of them might be a family member, that's why I'm seeing family as well, and I'm seeing a lot of family around this. There's a lot of gold around them, around this couple, and I'm just looking at this crown and I'm hearing golden crown, golden couple, king and queen, all of that kind of thing. So they're like a golden couple in the family. And if you look at the two sides of this sword, there's an olive branch on one side and there's a palm leaf on the other side, and that can represent male and female, and it can also represent harmony and disharmony. It's like a double-edged sword. So I think something's going to come out about this couple, if it hasn't already, and it's going to surprise a lot of people. And you might even have to curb your temper, because obviously with this sword comes sharpness, so you might feel that. And so you might be tempted to say something in anger toward one of these people. And yeah, one of them's hurting the other in some way, or they have. And it might actually be the person who's closest to you who's in the wrong. And I think that's why I'm seeing this anger coming from you. I think there are also going to be some other members of your family who might be in a lot of shock as well. And some people are going to need some comfort as well, comforting. There's a lot of fallout here that comes from this. People might start to take sides. So just be a little bit careful around this, especially when this first comes out. You know, there's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of gossip as well, I think. So make sure you stay away from any of this. There's going to be a lot of nastiness, and you just don't want to be around that. So yeah, comfort people, help people if they need it, but try not to get into any conversations about, you know, he said this, she said that, all of that. Just try to keep as calm as you can. Stay away from as much negative energy as you can. That's what I'm seeing there. So yeah, that was a big thing I was seeing there, and I hope that makes sense. I know it's kind of a little bit crazy. All right, so the next card you have, your presence, the Empress. Yeah, comfort. The Empress is all about comfort, care. So someone's going to need comforting. I'm seeing an older person here actually, and of course be there for this person. Again, I don't know if this is going to make sense. I'm just going to say this. I'm seeing an older relative. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing. I think their identity might have been based on this golden couple and how they were and how perfect they were. Might have been, they might be a parent to one of the people in this couple. Maybe they were going around bragging, saying, oh yes, my daughter or my son's perfect, they're this and they're that. They're very, very proud of them, or they were. And I know this probably sounds strange, but it's almost like the whole identity was wrapped up in this couple. I know that's specific, but if this resonates, I think you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, they're going to need a lot of help to get through this. A lot of people in your family are going to have to navigate through this really, really difficult time. Okay, so the last card you have for your presence, the Four of Swords. All right, yeah, even though you are very strong, you're feeling very centered, very powerful. I keep on seeing that all over this reading. There's still a lot of conflict around you, especially in the workplace, and especially with this situation I'm seeing here in the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot of that around you. I actually think this person in the Five of Pentacles, this work nuisance, I think they might start to ramp things up a bit actually. You know, when I see swords, I see words quite often. So they're probably going to start to say a lot more to you and to other people as well, I think. Now, the feeling I'm getting is people know you, people know your reputation, and most people aren't going to take this person very seriously, but there are always some that will. So, and you know, I think this man's a soldier. That's what I'm seeing in this card at this time, not always. That's what I'm seeing now. It's like he's a soldier, and he's been in a battle, and the battle's over, and he still needs to heal a bit. And while he's healing, he's kind of thinking about what he's going to do next. And I think what you're going to do is you're going to lay a bit low for a while, like this man, and you're probably going to start to think about strategies and what your next move is. Yeah, if this is resonating, they're coming across as being quite chaotic. You know, they're acting on their emotions, And you're coming across as the Ace of Swords, clarity, balance, strength. So I actually think you're in a much better position than they are. And the fact that I'm seeing you waiting, getting this peaceful time to yourself and thinking about this carefully, strategizing, that confirms that to me as well. You're in a very, very strong position. So when you get back into this and they try to say things and do things, sorry about that motorbike, go away. Okay, so when you get back into this, remember your power. This is a really vocal, chaotic, angry, difficult person, and you have the upper hand here. They know that. They know that you are strong and powerful. That's why they're acting like this. Just remember that. You're powerful, so stay in that power. Don't leave that. Don't let them put you off your power. That's what I'm seeing in that card. All right, sorry about that noise once again. The first card you have for your futures, the Six of Cups. Yeah, okay, I think when it comes to this relationship that I'm seeing here, they definitely want to grow with you. They'd love to have more stability with you. That's what I'm seeing here. This is the only card where cups are filled with soil and they have these flowers growing in them. So soil obviously represents earth, stability. Flowers represents growth. So they want this love to grow and they want that stability with you. That's what I'm seeing here. But this is a really innocent card as well. It can be a bit of a naive card. It's about children. So they might be sitting back and imagining that, you're going to come forward and sweep them off their feet or maybe make some big romantic gesture. They were coming up as the Knight of Cups, which can be the knight in shining armor. But the fact is, they're holding back. They're not coming forward. They're not expressing anything to you. And again, going by what they're doing, you're probably thinking, well, if they're not interested, if they're not coming forward, I'm not going to chase them. But then that makes them think the same of you. So it's a really difficult, crazy kind of a stalemate that I'm seeing here. And yeah, again, this is the card of children. So, I don't want to be horrible, but it's a little bit childish. If you want stability with someone, then you need to be open with them and honest with them. And I'm not seeing that coming from either of you, really. So I don't know who's going to break this stalemate, but someone has to if you're going to move forward. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. All right, so the next card you have for your futures, the Queen of Pentacles. I love this. This is beautiful. Now, you've got this and you've got the Star, and it's a beautiful combination to see together. So I'm actually seeing them sort of as a pair here. So I think I'll talk about them together as a pair. All right. So firstly, I actually think this person, this love connection, look at the way this Queen's devoted to this coin. I think that's how they'd be to you. If they just open up, that's how they be. They want to be like that. They just need to take that step. This is someone who sees their role as taking care of you, I think. But none of that's going to happen if no one does anything or says anything. And the Star card can be about being attracted to someone, but watching them from a distance. So they're hopeful. The Star's about hope as well. And they're sort of imagining what they want to happen. But they're going to have to be brave and just be themselves. This beautiful woman's naked in the Star card. She's just herself. And that's what they're worried about, I think. They're worried that they're not good enough as just themselves, being themselves. And that's what they're struggling with. Now, with this work situation that I'm seeing, I think that's going to be quite stable for you, actually. I think, no matter what this difficult person does, you're always going to have that job. It doesn't matter what they say or do or what tactics they have. You're not going to lose that. It's not going to make any difference to that. But something's going to have to change here as well, because it's not the greatest atmosphere to be around, obviously. You're probably going to be solving this or trying to solve this by yourself, at least in the beginning. But then I think you'll probably have to get someone else involved. I'm seeing steps here, and I'm seeing official steps probably need to be taken. If you look at this big golden star on the Star card, that's the goal. You're heading toward that. You want peace. That's what the goal is. So you're going to have to take steps toward that. And I'm seeing these little stars as steps, kind of like stepping stones heading toward that big goal. And yeah, you probably don't want to go down this road, but these are official steps. So I think someone official is going to have to step into this and help you with that. That's what I'm seeing there.